1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Welcome back to the Racial Draft Podcast. I am your host, Michael Ford, joined by the returning greatest co-host in the history of co-hosts, Kia Lisi herself, the queen of everything, the mother of draftins, back from surveying the world which she surveys. Kia, how is everything going?
Hey guys, what's up? Macy Gray in the house because I lost my voice a little bit. I took a trip to a location that we will talk about later on in this podcast, and I came back and it was allergy season. So what's up, allergies? And
So did
trip.
you try to walk away and stumble? Is this what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we missed you last week, and as such, it is important that I fill you in on the racial draft business from last week, because what you missed was a win from the white delegation. That's right.
Oh, I'm glad I missed that shit.
The white delegation.
Hey, and I just got your Macy Gray reference.
The white delegation scored. The white delegation scored 48 points last week, led by 17 points from Superman and 10 points from Magneto. And
but shouldn't they get like a 40-point deduction just because they're white? Yeah, I said it.
Well, I mean, they shouldn't.
Because they're caucus behavior.
But second place was a multiracial delegation. But I should have told you about this beforehand, but I have to reveal it to you on the podcast. For the first time ever, one of the characters that is near and dear to both of our hearts put up 0 points. Would you like to guess which multiracial
Please tell
delegation?
Me Batman. Please tell me Batman.
No. Would you like to guess which multiracial delegation character put up 0 points?
Oh my God, was it Wonder Woman? Was it Wonder Woman? Don't tell me it was Wonder Woman.
Unfortunately, Kia, 0 points last week from Wonder Woman.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She only puts out for females, aka me.
I know. I mean, again, the multiracial delegation did finish second place with 45 points, but Wonder Woman didn't do a thing. It was sad. Pour one out for Diana Prince.
Pour one out for Diana Prince. That's some fuckery.
Yeah.
What is she doing? Like, what? Crying about her ex and how he's not coming back? Like, what the fuck? She's eternal. Like, what was she doing? She's not allowed to take a break.
And third place, we have to give them respect this week. This week on behalf of last week, but
only this.
Stay tuned for what's happening. But the black delegation scored 42 points last week.
Who?
Led by Black Dick, of course.
What?
The black delegation. 9 points
so
for
you telling
Nightwing.
He in third place, Black Dick gave a facial?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You said that.
That's basically what you said.
I'm just saying the black delegation came hard this week. Last week, rather.
Oh my God! Is there anything left in their nutsack? I mean,
their top scorer did put up 9. I was expecting more like 12 or 14, but it is what it is. But,
third place. I don't think they've ever seen third place on anything.
Well, but that was just me filling you in on what happened last week, because we do have preliminary FCL scores for this week, which is week 9 in our 10-week FCL challenge.
I'm so excited. Wait, real quick
We
though, just to like before you go into that,
Mhm.
did Randy did he like do his like two like kind of thing? Like did he brag about being third place?
I don't think he did. I think he was just happy to not be in a position to be called colored anymore. But
Oh, he's still colored.
stay tuned. Um,
All right. Oh,
as we do every week, bottom to top, bottom to top. Week 8, I'm sorry, week 9 of the
Bottom
FCL
from the bottom.
calendar.
Now we're here.
Right. Starting at the bottom with 7 points.
Wait,
With
hold on.
all
I think I got this. Native American delegation.
that is correct. All 7 points scored by Danny Moonstar. 7 points by Danny. 7 points for the Native American delegation overall, and that's the Native American delegation. 0 points for Carnage, Cloak, Dagger, Deathlock, Echo, Grey Crow, Lex Luthor, Puck, Red Wolf, Venom, and Vision. All zeros. 7 for the Native American delegation. Next up, though, with 18 points, the Polynesian delegation, led
Yeah.
by
Oh wait, how is the Polynesian delegation doing?
9
Tamati,
points
where are
for
you at?
Thor. 9 points for Thor, 7 points for Iron Man, and 2 points for Storm. That's all the scoring for the Polynesian delegation. Next up, with 24 points, I feel like I need to put on my voice.
Do it.
The color delegation. That's color delegation has put up.
Back where it's always been.
The colors have put up 24 points. 24 points for the color
You're like the
delegation.
guy from Family Guy.
Led by 10 points for Dick Grayson, 7 points for Black Panther, 3 points.
Can we talk about Dick for a second? I mean, like,
Yeah, we can always talk about Dick. I'm always here for you.
all things. Like, I don't know, like something about Dick. I mean, I feel like he should be putting out more. I feel like he's like a 1 a dayer, and he should be like a 5 a dayer. You know?
I feel you.
You understand what I'm saying? Are you tracking?
I am.
Okay, cool.
So that was 24 points for the Black delegation. Black delegation, we're going to talk later. Hopefully that will join us on the podcast. I don't know if you heard, Kia.
What happened?
We had our first trade this week.
What?
That's right. But fill you in
Who
later.
traded?
Fill you in later.
No, you can't. Whoa. Whoa, you gotta tell me now. You can't just say, oh, you can't dangle the dick there and then just
I am definitely dangling. Listeners, keep on listening because you
He's
too.
just dangling his dick. You guys hear that, listeners? He's dangling his dick.
But with 27 points, the 4th place finisher, the South Asian delegation, led by Cable and Huntress with 9
Oh
points.
wow.
They also got scoring from Jean Grey, Black Cat, and Daredevil for a grand total of 27 points. Next up.
I'm just saying that both Asian teams are doing phenomenal this season, and I love it.
You might want to stay tuned. In 5th place, that's right, 5th place, the multiracial delegation. I know. Say it.
What the fuck? But it's all good because like I've been more white this season, I feel.
So 35 points. 35 points for the multiracial delegation, led by 17 points from Damian Wayne, 7 points from Conan, 4 points from Wonder Woman, 3 points for The Flash, 2 points for Magic, and 2 points for She-Hulk. But overall, very disappointing showing for the multiracial delegation, who was trying to battle it out for the top spot. They were only 5 points away from first place.
And now they have they just didn't have it. Like it's not like first season.
But
at all.
in fourth place this week,
Please tell me it's the Latinx delegation.
The Latinx delegation.
Oh my God. They still are in the running. Oh my God. Yes.
But with,
multiracial delegation.
but
Though I
with
still feel a little bit more.
but with 44 points, which means
Mm.
they outscored the multiracial delegation by 9, and they extended their lead. However,
Oh no.
if
Oh no. Oh no,
like,
no, no, no.
I
no.
mean, I'm sure you're not surprised to hear that only 4 of their characters scored points.
Nope.
But one of them scored 32 points. Would you like to guess who the 32-point scorer was?
That bitch Batman.
That is correct. 32 points from Batman, 5 points from Harley Quinn, 4 points from Hawkgirl, and 3 points from Blade.
I'm really happy. I'm really proud of Harley Quinn for not putting out for the Latin team like she put out for me.
But that brings us to our final 3. And I gotta say, there are some names that we're not usually comfortable, we're not usually familiar up around these echelons. 47 points for, say it with me, Kia, Jiggity. 47 points for the Jewish delegation.
My God. What has happened?
Mm-hmm.
I could make such an inappropriate joke right now, but I'm refraining.
47 points, led by 18 points from the Black Widow.
I had Black Widow.
16 points from Man Thing.
What?
Thing. This
Man
is the
Thing?
week.
What
This
the
is the
fuck?
week that Man Thing shows up because his Man Thing event just started. So he has 16 points this week, and he's got more Man Thing books coming next week. So might the Jewish delegation be making a strong run? It's possible. Other scoring points are Captain Marvel with 5 points, Cyclops with 5 points, and Barbara Gordon with 3 points. So 47 points.
I still can't get over Man Thing.
Mm-hmm. Man Thing, I know. Which leaves us to our final 2 delegations. You have last week's winner and a whole new delegation that I don't think they've won yet this season.
Or ever.
So, would you like to guess between the white delegation and the East Southeast delegation, which one came out on top, Kia?
I'm hoping the Southeast delegation.
And you would be correct. In second place, the white delegation scored 58 points, led by 22 points from Superman, 18 points from Miles Morales, continually having our heart broken knowing that Miles Morales is now Italian, and Superboy, Jonathan Kent. Additionally, 6 points from Cyborg for 58 points in total from the white delegation. But that brings us to our grand champion for the week, Kia.
Talk about it.
89 points.
What the
89 points.
Hell
for the
no.
Southeast Asian delegation, led
No,
by
they didn't.
31 points for Peter Parker. That's right.
What?
31 points for Peter Parker.
Peter Parker came out of nowhere and just
18 points for Captain America. 13 points. 13 points for Silk. 9 points for Mr. Fantastic. 6 points for The Thing. 4 points for Miss Human Torch. 3 points for Spider-Gwen. 3 points for Spider-Woman. 2 points for Namor. 1 point for the... Well, sorry.
Wait, Namor actually got some points?
Namor actually got some points.
He's going to be pissed.
So, now, as you know, we only score points for their top 9 characters. For the first week ever, 10 of their characters put up points. But therefore, they were only able to score 89 and not 90. But 89 points for the East Southeast Asian delegation.
Who's the honorable mention?
The honorable mention was Sue Storm with 1 point for the Invisible Woman.
Oh shit.
But they balled out this week here.
What? Oh
Shout
my
out,
god.
shout out to all of our Asian American fans.
I'm Chris
Holler at
popping for
us,
y'all.
high five us because it is the beginning of Asian American Pacific Islanders Heritage Month, and right on time, 89 points, and I hope this continues.
That's pretty on point. Like, I'm actually very proud of them. Hold on, like I think we need an applause. Like, do we have sounds? Like,
We don't have sound effects, so I'm just gonna clap.
yeah, we need to work on that, Mike.
Yes, we do. So I know the people want to know what are the cumulative standings.
Mm-hmm. Talk
You want
to
to
us.
know, starting at the bottom, the cumulative standings.
Oh, can we just start at the top? Honestly, this is once. I mean, I feel like they
No,
deserve
I mean nobody cares about who's in last if we end it last. Let's start at the bottom.
They're still not gonna care. They're just gonna zone out until you get to the top anyway.
I mean, you're probably right. But in last place, this is where I go wah 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 wah. With 138 points, the Native American delegation. They tried, but 138 points for the Native American delegation. Their top scorer is, you won't be surprised to hear that it's Venom.
Wow, what a great pick. What a great pick.
And their number 2 scorer is Carnage with 26.
What another great pick. Crazy shit.
Yes.
Oh, just winning on those two.
Next pick is the South Asian delegation with 163 points. Their top scorer is Jean Grey with 31 points.
Okay.
And tied for second are, surprisingly, Iron Fist and Doctor Strange. And if you know about any of the controversies around these characters, the fact that both of those characters are putting up points is pretty ironic.
Don't you think? A little too ironic.
That's the bottom tier. But let's go to the mediocre tier. The mediocre tier, where there's a team that put up 201 points in total. Jiggity. The Jewish delegation with 201 points in total, with their 2 top scorers with 44 points each, Carol Danvers and Barbara Gordon.
Holy shit.
For the Jewish delegation. Also, with 219 points in total, led by Thor, the Polynesian delegation.
Wow.
I know. And I don't think we made it to the halfway point, or maybe we're just at the halfway point. So, I mean, how are we going to refer to this delegation? I'll say the Afro-American delegation with 235 points in total. The Afro-American delegation.
I feel like no. Like, call them the coloreds.
The colors, fair enough.
Coloreds, yeah.
Led by
Randy's
Dick.
not here to defend himself.
Led by Black Dick Grayson, with 58 points, but 235 points in total. Second scorer is T'Challa with 32 points, respectable. But
you like that pick, didn't you, Mike?
I do, but still in the realm of the mediocre. But we are passing beyond the mediocre, Kia, to the final four. The final four.
Ooh, drum roll, please, Mike. That was a really sad drum roll. Try again.
With 300.
You didn't drum roll again.
I am not going to keep doing this. I'm not your Performance monkey, but with 362 points in total. 362 points. And led by 132 points from their top scorer, who you might know as Peter Parker, the Southeast Asian delegation. They're in fourth place with 362 points. That's right.
Mike, can we talk about how you wouldn't do a second drum roll, but you did it like a weak ass, like zoop, 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 zoop for Peter Parker?
No, we're not gonna talk about that.
Let's talk about that, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. We won't talk about it. Next, Mike. Next.
But this brings us to third place. Now remember, fourth place was 362. Third place is 364.
Ooh,
led by 118 points from Superman. White Superman is their leading scorer. Second up, 79 points from Superboy. 364 points for the third place delegation currently, and that's the white delegation.
Damn.
I know, but the final two, one of them have 415 and the other one has 429, and we already know, we spoiled it earlier on the show, the multiracial delegation in second place, led by Wonder Woman still with 85 points.
Okay.
Followed up by Wolverine with 49 and the Flash with 46. Sorry, no, I apologize to Damian Wayne with 62 points in total. Damian Wayne, but 415 points in total for the multiracial delegation.
Wow. I'm taken back by that.
However, led by their top scorer with 118 points. Wait a second. Holy shit. I think.
You think what?
I'm just looking at this. Does this mean
Does this mean what?
I think I'm shocked to find out.
Spit it out, Junior.
The top scorer, the top individual character with 132 points is actually Spider-Man.
What?
I know. But anyway, the top team, led by 118 points from Bruce Wayne, 429 in total, is a Latinx delegation. I know.
Wait, how many more weeks left?
1 week to go.
So nobody's gonna meet that. Nobody's gonna meet the 600 and whatever.
No one's gonna hit your record total, but just holding on to a 14-point lead going to the final week. It's not as close as it was when it was 5 points, but listen, anything can happen, especially with the Southeast Asian delegation making a strong run behind.
I know.
The
Bang.
I had no idea that Peter Parker was gonna come this hard. Wow. All right, good on them.
Peter Parker, maybe like that was somebody I overlooked. Well, he didn't actually do that great, like first season, right?
No, first season he was very disappointing, but this season he made a late surge in his last 4 weeks. 17, 13, 14, and 31.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy. But there you have it. There's our racial draft business, except not really. Because like I said, we had our first trade, Kia. Our first
Oh my God. You gotta talk to me. You got to tell me how this went down. What happened? Tell me what happened.
So, as I had mentioned earlier on, trades would be allowed in season 2, and there were some questions as to how it would work, but because once we opened up the supplemental draft, players were allowed to package their supplemental draft picks with their main draft picks. So what we got in our draft, the draft involved both the Latinx delegation and the Black delegation.
What?
Yes, they did.
I missed a lot. Wait, did they do this on the podcast last week?
No, they did this out in the world over the course of the week. This happened, I think, on Wednesday night. Would you like to hear the characters that were drafted?
Yeah, because
that were traded.
I'm really upset that I wasn't there and messed this all up.
So, the Black delegation traded away Yara Flor, the Brazilian Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
Kate Bishop,
Oh my God,
Hawkeye, and America Chavez to the Latinx delegation. And the Latinx delegation received, the Latinx delegation received those players. The Black delegation received Commissioner Gordon, Renee Montoya, and Jason Todd, the Red Hood. Now, I gotta say, I put a poll up. I asked the people who won the trade. But Kia, who do you think won the trade?
I think the Black delegation won the trade. Well, wait, no. Wait, maybe the Latinx delegation won. I don't know. Who won the trade, Mike? Who won the trade? I don't know.
I'll say it again. The Black delegation received Jason Todd,
Commissioner
Gordon, and Renee Montoya. And the Latinx delegation received America Chavez, Yara Flor, the Brazilian Wonder Woman, and Kate Bishop.
Oh, yeah. Latinx delegation won that.
By a 75% to 25% margin, the Latinx delegation, the people decided, won the trade. And people had some things to say on our timeline.
Talk to us. Tell me what they said. So I know, once again, just not thinking.
So Shep hit us with a head exploding gif. Shout out to Toast, who apparently was not consulted with this trade. He said, "This is what I get for being at work and not on Twitter." And he's got a gif saying, "Fail, fail, fail." He is not a believer in this trade.
Yeah, that's not a good trade, honestly. Why did Randy do that? Like, did he actually get real life Cash App money?
Shout out to Brian from the Fantasy Comic League. He said, "Kind of blown away by this and interested to see how it plays out in the final 2 weeks. Interesting use of the supplemental draft picks." I feel like that's his way of saying the Black delegation got fleeced.
How did Randy not see that? You can't trust Carlos. You can't trust Carlos.
Gordy says Colossus was right there for anyone involved with this, for anyone in any roster. Gordy feels left out of the trade market.
Well, nobody's gonna trade with a white guy.
I mean, we see how that works out in every single context. Yes,
it never works out.
Dostoevsky said, "Wait, what? Who authorized this? Latinx delegation got us good." I feel you. Shout out to...
why did Randy... I need to understand what Randy was thinking.
When I invited Randy and Carlos onto the podcast to talk about this, they said they would be here. And yet they're not here, Kia. And yet
I
they're
need
not
to
here.
understand. I need to judge Randy. I must let him know that the
Hopefully,
Kia Lisi does not approve.
hopefully they'll be here soon to talk about it.
Maybe he's scared.
And shout out to Faraway Mars on Twitter, who said, "We traded away who for who?" And Ice Cube gif looking at us incredulously. And I think we're all Ice Cube right now.
I'm sorry. There's no way. Randy had to get actual money from Carlos. That's what I'm saying. He got Venmo'd or Cash Apped. And that's all I want to know. I just want to know how much. That's all I want to know.
Well, along with, as per our trade rules, every player being traded that is part of a race band has to get a new fan cast. So the new Black Commissioner Gordon, despite the fact that there is a Commissioner Gordon being played by Jeffrey Wright in the Batman movie, this new Commissioner Gordon is going to be played by Courtney B. Vance. What do you think, Kia?
What? The new Commissioner Gordon is being played by Courtney B. Vance.
The Black Commissioner Gordon.
I mean, I get it, but I really just don't like Courtney B. Vance's nut face.
Wow.
Like, I get it. I'm just not a big fan of his face.
I think if not for the fact that there was a great Jeffrey Wright casting out there, Courtney B. Vance would be perfectly fine.
But Courtney B. Vance did pull Angela Bassett, so I do.
Not only did he pull her, but he continues to pull her. So
yeah, so I have to give him some credit.
I feel you.
So if he ever listens to you, you don't like my face, but I'm dating Angela Bassett, and I'll be like, props on you. I am not worthy.
Right. So what do you think of their fan cast for Renee Montoya, they chose Queen Latifah?
Okay. All right. Queen Latifah, she's made it in some movies. Okay, I like her.
All right.
She's always Queen Latifah in everything that she plays. But
Renee Montoya,
best thing, but
Renee Montoya, noted lesbian icon, police character. And
but I can see, yeah, it doesn't require the best of actors for that role.
And last but not least, the Red Hood fan cast. And listen, if you're listeners right now, you should definitely check.
It's probably Trojan, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know
Get
who you're
it?
talking about.
Red Hood fan cast. Red Hood. Trojan. Okay.
I got you. But
do you because you did not laugh. You did not laugh.
I'm laughing on the inside, Kia. But
I am giving you my middle finger on the outside.
There was both a fan cast and fan art for this casting for Jason Todd. Are you ready for it, Kia?
I need to see both. Yes.
John Boyega as Black Jason Todd.
Okay, where's the drawing? Where's the drawing?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
One second. For the listeners, don't have access to our chat, so I'm going to go ahead and sorry, this is bad radio. However,
it's not bad.
Go ahead and check your chat, Kia.
I'm checking the chat.
But yes, I urge all the listeners to do the same thing that Kia is doing right now and check the chat for a Black Red Hood.
Oh, okay. Who drew that?
And we have been joined. Shout out to Simeona on Twitter for giving us some of that John Boyega as Red Hood fan art. But Carlos can't hear us apparently, or he's on mute. We need to.
Oh, Carlos came on again.
I know, it's double Carlos.
Double Carlos. Which Carlos should we look at?
Mhm.
Oh, wait. There's no face there.
I know. But, cute. Carlos, are you with us? Well, Kia, what did you think of the fan art?
Fan art? It was but the guy they chose, I mean, I understand he's been in a lot of like, I guess, things that are important to like Star Trekkers and stuff like that. But honestly, like,
So are you saying you're not a fan of John Boyega as Red Hood?
I feel like he could have done better.
Wow. All right, Carlos. Let us know, how do you feel having fleeced the black delegation?
You think I fleeced them?
Oh, you fleeced the shit out of them, Carlos.
No, come on.
Oh, Carlos, on top of you fleecing them, can we just talk for just a second about how listeners, listen up. So I was in Chicago for like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Tuesday, 6 whole days. You know who did not hit me up and say, hey, Kia, come to my kid's birthday party? Or, hey, Kia, why don't we go out for some brunch? Or, hey, Kia, do you even eat? Hey, Kia, I know you have a rental car. Hey, Kia,
okay,
you
listeners.
know what? You could just stop by. I probably drove by Carlos's house 80 times because guess what? At the end of the day, I was lost. I was lost driving around Chicago. But you know what?
It's a pretty basic grid system here, Kia.
Hey, look, I had navigation. It was all I needed in my life.
You know what, listeners? Why don't you take a guess as to who slipped in and out of my city and didn't tell me she was here?
Oh my God, listeners, do we want to go back to the actual Racial Draft podcast thing where I actually said it on the podcast?
I'm supposed to remember what you said 4 weeks ago, Kia.
It wasn't 4 weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I definitely think the normal protocol is to say when you arrive in someone else's city to say, "Hey, I'm in your city."
That's it.
Time out, Mike. You are totally on my team, and now you're switching sides. Oh my God, you're so talk shit.
Kia,
like,
wait, Kia, you're asking me if I remember what you said on that one pod where there was like 7 of us yelling on top of each other for 2 hours?
Oh, that hurts me. Oh my God. Okay. Fine.
All I heard in that episode was your friend called me cute a few times, and I was like,
Oh, you heard that? Oh, he heard that and remembered that. But
that's what I heard.
Remember.
Well, Carlos, you showed up at just the right time because we were going through. We're in the midst of talking about the first ever trade in the history of the racial draft, and we just talked about all the Black delegation fan casts, but now we can talk about the Latinx delegation fan casts, which I thought the Black delegation fan cast was pretty good.
John Boyega as Jason Todd is perfect.
Yeah, I like it.
But wait, real quick. I did not fleece them, first of all.
Yeah, you did. And how much money did you Venmo and Cash App him?
Do you know what I did?
That's what I want to know.
When I realized that we could trade supplemental picks for roster picks, I went through and I looked to see who of my supplemental picks were scoring points. And I thought Commissioner Gordon was scoring more points than I realized he would. And then I kept seeing Commissioner Renee Montoya showing up in the scoring. So I said, I'm going to draft Renee Montoya, and then I'm going to try to trade her. And that's what I did. And now I traded Renee Montoya, who was never going to score points for me, for Yara Floor, who was never going to score points for Randy.
No, it was good strategy. And look, on your end, even on a pure, aesthetic standpoint, it just feels right that
Thank you.
America
Oh,
Chavez
stop. Oh my
and
God.
Yara
Do your jaws
Flor
hurt? Do your
are
jaws hurt,
in
Mike?
are
You are
in
sucking
the
so much.
Latinx fold.
It feels right that we got
Yeah,
America
it must
Chavez
feel
and
right.
Yara Flor, and they got Jason Todd.
Yes, it feels right.
It feels right.
However, it
Oh,
just, it doesn't feel like a balanced trade. I got to be honest. The Kate Bishop aspect was maybe a little bit more egregious.
I mean,
You
not gonna
probably,
score.
I was
He's gonna score
surprised you
42.
didn't want to get Krakoa after all the talk about,
Sir, wanting to get and being able to get are two very different things. I couldn't get Krakoa.
Wait, are you saying that Randy was not willing to part
I'm
with
telling you, I
3
don't want to
point
speak out of
scoring
school here.
Krakoa?
I don't want to speak out of school, but Randy was like, I'm real attached to Krakoa. I don't think I want to trade Krakoa. I said, Randy, give me whoever you want. I want America Chavez and whoever you want.
Wow. Well,
and he sent him $50 in cash app.
well, we need to get into it. The fan casting for, so we actually didn't get a Yara Flor fan cast, which is fine because there's not a race bend involved with Yara Flor and the Latinx delegation. However, we need to stop and pay respect to you. You said even though Marvel cast an America Chavez actress, you went ahead and cast Herizen Guardiola as your fan cast for America Chavez. Kia, I'm gonna go ahead and hook you up with some Googles for that.
Say
I
the
kept
name
her
again.
Afro Latina.
Yeah, go ahead and look at our chat link. That is the new racially drafted America Chavez.
She's from that what's that Baz Luhrmann hip hop show? Not the Rundown. What the hell's it called?
The Get Down.
The Get Down. Thank you.
Yeah.
She's in that.
Is she from New York?
Oh, she's
from
cute.
Miami, actually.
Mm.
She's in Miami. I believe she's Cuban. Cuban
Okay.
B.
Nice.
Yes, Cuban B.
And so I was a fan of that. That's a thumbs up from me. However,
I don't hate it.
right.
Look who doesn't hate it.
Look at that. And
But you know who I don't like? Going to Chicago and then not being invited to a birthday party. Messed up.
I went to a birthday party too.
I know you did.
It was my kid's birthday party.
I know.
Oh, I love it.
Yep. Just there, hanging out. I was like, don't worry, Carlos or Gordy will hit me up eventually.
so
I don't have to be the weirdo that like just badgers them and says like, make sure you hang out with me. They'd be like,
Just the
no, they
real
don't
weird
know.
thing is like, I think I started following you on Instagram last week. Like, you really should have just hit me up.
So the new Latinx Kate Bishop, you might know her, this actress from The Runaways, where she's not playing Latina, which is weird.
Of course.
Ariella Badair, who's weirdly, yeah, she's playing like, is he playing like Peggy Bundy's daughter on this ABC show?
Yes, she is. I think on this new ABC show, she's playing like. I think the idea is that Katie Seagal has
Mhm.
like three daughters by three different men,
Okay.
and they're all detectives. I don't know. That show's not going to last very long.
Yeah.
when you say it out loud, that's just a weird hook.
Yeah, definitely is a weird hook. It's a weird flex in every possible way, but I actually think she would be a cool Kate Bishop. Obviously Marvel does, they don't
She's
recycle
adorable.
cast. Yes, so she is the new Latina Kate Bishop as per our new fan cast, and I am here for it. But again, I don't know if you saw this, Carlos, but the people 75% to 25% said that the Latinx delegation won the trade.
And I voted for the black delegation in that trade.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I was trying real hard because like I understand the name cachet is pretty skewed to one direction.
Yes,
But,
yes, it is.
But points wise, it really isn't.
No, I get you.
We're getting America Chavez on one book, and I'm basically hoping that she scores more in that book than 2 police commissioners of Gotham and Jason Todd.
But so here's the thing: like if we're taking points off the table, if we're just looking at it in terms of props and respect, like Jason Todd in America is probably like a wash. Like Jason Todd, like in my mind, Jason Todd belongs with the Black delegation, and America belongs with the Latinx delegation. And then it's just a matter of like, what is Yara Flora going to be going forward? We're still it's an X factor,
right?
Listen, if this season great things, I will.
But we know that Kate Bishop is as a player.
Sure. Yes. If this season was 13 weeks long, 14 weeks long, this would be a lopsided trade because Yara Flora is probably gonna have a book, I think, in like a couple weeks.
Right.
Although then again, so is I think Jason Todd's got a book in a couple weeks. So I probably wouldn't have traded Jason Todd.
Well, but Jim Gordon is like apparently the star of the Joker book.
Exactly. And Renee Montoya just shows up, and I just didn't realize it until I just happened to be perusing the scores.
I feel you. No, I mean,
what I think I'm trying to say is that the Latinx delegation are trailblazers, and we came up with we were the first ones to come up with a round 1 poll that secured us a top 4 pick, even though we had the 5th pick in the draft. And we got a trade. We got a trade for a season-ending trade for a closer in week 10 of 10.
Can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it.
No, just all right. But I mean, it's just going to be sad though that the Latinx delegation with all the people that they have on there and their stacked roster still won't hit 600 points.
That's where we're moving the goalpost to. Wow. Wow.
I mean, the goalpost was already set there, like from season 1. But I mean, I just
What's really sad is that we were going to be leading all year long, and then the East Southeast Asian delegation is just going to come in and destroy us. They're going to lay down a monster, as Teddy KGB would say.
Weirdly, I didn't realize until just this week that Peter Parker is the top scorer beyond even Batman. Yes.
Really?
Surprise.
That's very interesting. Hey, Spider-Man was in our poll. He was.
I know. All right, but this is the time to move. Hopefully Randy will join us in his 56K modem. But we have to move on to our supplemental draft picks.
He'll be on when you hear the door open, like in AOL Instant Messenger.
Exactly. All right, Kia, are you ready to hear about the kickoff of the picks for the supplemental draft?
Yeah, jiggity Jew me.
All right,
I saw you say that, Carlos. Wink, wink.
I didn't finish it. Jiggity.
He just said jiggity.
Jiggity.
But it starts off with the East Southeast Asian delegation that we just talked about. They drafted. Are you ready, Kia?
Yes.
Virginia Pepper Potts. Are you familiar with the
character?
Oh
my God, Virginia Pepper Potts, one of my faves. But go ahead, let the people know. Virginia Pepper Potts is.
Wait, so I'm gonna go ahead and unleash the fan cast on you. Are you familiar with an actress named Grace Park?
No, I'm not familiar with Grace Park.
So go ahead and Google her. I'll give you time. She was a major player in the Battlestar Galactica show, but also in the Hawaii Five-0 show.
Oh wait, I know her. Yes, I do. You just had to say the Hawaii one first.
Okay.
Wow.
So yes, Pepper Potts is now Korean American.
I like her.
I like her too.
She was the one member of Battlestar who was not part of that Nexium cult.
And her husband Phil Kim. Her husband Phil Kim is the hottest. Oh my God. Just saying. If he wants to leave her, I'm available.
Wow. We went from drafting her to trying to like cuckold her in
breaking
one...
her home.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'm not about breaking up a home, but I am trying to shoot my shot. I'm just saying.
I feel you. So I'm gonna
You
go
could
ahead
be
and read from
polyamorous or something. There you go.
Oh wait, I
Just
mean,
add
if she's
it to your
if she's
family.
polyamorous, then open the door. I'm willing to listen to some options. But anyway, reading from the wiki, Virginia Pepper Potts handles the day-to-day business of running Stark Industries while Tony Stark is distracted, socializing or pursuing other endeavors. There's a lot more to the story, but from our supplemental perspective, her as the love interest to Tony Stark. You know her also as being played by Gwyneth Paltrow in the Avengers movies, but now Grace Park. What did you think of that pick, Carlos?
It was one of those like, oh man, how is she still on the board? one of those picks. It's like the supplemental draft is kind of gone. It's like, wait, who was still there? So yeah, this was definitely one of them. I like that you say played by Gwyneth Paltrow because I like memorably because I don't think she remembers that she was Pepper Potts. And also, I'm really happy that you immediately broke into the wiki because I was about to lay down. You want to put Pepper in her pot with the poly.
Nice.
And now we can laugh. But in the moment, it would have been real creepy.
Right.
So
no, I get it. I mean, that is definitely a name built for puns.
Yes.
But yeah, kimchi pots, but no, never mind. So the approval rating here, I got to do the math on the fly. That is 80.5% approval.
A high percentage.
80.5, including 42.9 strongly approve, 28.6 somewhat approve, 14.3% somewhat disapprove, and 14.3% racist.
Yeah.
We know who it was.
Yeah.
He's just not here to say it was me.
But shout out to Dostoevsky, who said he can rock with this because I can rock with that as well. Next up, the multiracial delegation with a somewhat controversial pick, if I might say so myself. Kia, what do you think? Have you ever heard of a character named Edwin Jarvis?
The real question is, has Carlos ever heard of Edwin Jarvis?
Is that not Jarvis?
What is that?
Is that just Jarvis?
Yes, he is Tony Stark's Alfred. Yes, that is correct.
I passed.
See, I knew that.
You're that kid who sits behind the smart kid in class, right?
Yeah, it's like copy off of my page. The Marvel version of he's played by James Darcy in the Agent Carter television series,
and also in Endgame, right?
Yes, correct. But he's basically Marvel's Alfred. He is Tony Stark's butler, the Avengers butler, and now he's been drafted by the Black delegation, and they provided a fan cast. Kia, are you ready? Oh, sorry, by the multiracial delegation, not the Black delegation.
Wow.
Are you ready for this fan cast? Because
I am.
It's a little controversial, I gotta say. Because the multiracial delegation said that he is 1/4 white, but 75% black.
Oh.
And
he did his 23andMe.
And their fan cast was Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson?
Mm-hmm.
Most famously, the Black Ghostbuster.
Yes, most famously, the Black Ghostbuster. Exactly. Who you also gonna call?
Congo, and I want
who
to
you
say,
gonna call? Indeed, I was gonna say the hand that rocks the cradle, but that's
Oh
me.
man,
Can we talk about Ernie Hudson for just a second? I feel as though he is old man hot.
Look,
Therefore,
I feel uncomfortable
I'm just
saying this
saying.
on a public forum, but I definitely had to endure years. No, sorry, had to endure a certain amount of time of like people saying that like Ernie Hudson should hook up with my mom.
Oh.
So there's that.
Oh, I mean,
that.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
Ernie
he's really
Hudson should hook
attractive.
up with your mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Hi, mom. We love you.
But
Ernie
yeah,
Hudson
No,
and
actually,
Hand to
he's
Rock the
really
Cradle
like
is like,
honestly, like you shouldn't be upset about that because he's actually really attractive. So like that would be like really awesome if your mom like got to like hang out with him.
yeah, but here's the thing: if you show up to your mom's house and like this is my friend Ernie Hudson, like your mom is fucking Ernie Hudson. Like it's
Oh, it's happening.
right.
It's
It's happening
totally
whether you
happening.
want to accept it or not.
It's
And then
probably
you just
your
have to
sister.
like
yep,
but anyway,
keymaster, something gatekeeper.
exactly. But anyway, let's jump into the Jarvis wiki for that.
or
Butler to the
jump on
Stark family.
jump on him.
Real quick, because I do have to jump off, unfortunately, today early. Ernie Hudson in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle is maybe one of the most problematic black roles of the 90s. And that's saying a hell of a lot. Like simple, super strong black gardener to rich white people who gets falsely accused of molesting their daughter. Yikes. And then like is still loyal to the family. Get out of here. It's like it's him and like John Coffey from the Green Mile. Those are the two. Like,
Yeah.
where you can imagine either one of them like just giant black men, infantile minds. Jesus, what were we? It was not that long ago, guys.
That was late
I know,
90s
really
for you
wasn't.
right there.
It's rough.
But yes, Butler to the Stark family. Edwin Jarvis went on to be the caretaker of the Avengers Mansion and has laid his life on the line for them several times. So that is our Ernie Hudson / multiracial delegation, Edwin Jarvis. And the people had a take, Kia. What do you think the people decided with regard to multiracial Jarvis?
I don't know. I think they might not have liked it.
Well, the people gave that a 62.6% approval rating. 43.8 strongly
That's not a
approved.
lot.
18.8% somewhat approve. 18.8% somewhat disapprove. And I can't even say 18.8% racist because, it's a questionable choice. But, strongly disapprove. But let's move on to the Black delegation. Surprisingly, because this came right on the heels of the trade. And Kia, are you ready to hear what the Black delegation did with their draft pick?
Yep.
Because they drafted Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Oh shit.
Nick Fury. Now, this is where things get a little bit dicey because in the comics, there is a Black Nick Fury who is the son of the white Nick Fury.
Okay.
However, there is also a white Nick Fury who is different from the Nick Fury who is played by Samuel L. Jackson.
I say that it's different.
Who's played by Samuel L. Jackson in the movies.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
So for the purposes of this draft pick, the current Nick Fury, who is Nick Fury Jr. and played by Samuel L. Jackson, was drafted by the Black delegation. So I'm going to jump into the wiki for that Nick Fury, aka Nick Fury Jr.
Wiki.
Once known as Marcus Johnson, Nick Fury Jr. is the second son of the legendary Nick Fury and the leader of the Secret Avengers, with a military history and a knack for espionage. He has gone on to follow in his father's footsteps as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And like I said before, played by Samuel L. Jackson in the movies. What do you think of this pick, Kia?
I like it. I actually like it.
I like it as well. I mean, surprisingly, he was still out there because, obviously, when we go back and forth with what the supplemental draft is, it was surprising that he wasn't drafted in the main draft for that reason. But big pick, Samuel L. Jackson. Who could possibly hate on this pick if we're being honest, Kia?
All people that are not of color.
Yes, because the people, 89.5% approval, and all 89.5% of that approval was strongly approved. And yet, 5.3% somewhat disapprove, and 5.3% strongly disapprove, by which I say that all 10.6% are racist. Because how the fuck are you not approving of Black Nick Fury? I can't answer that, Kia. Can you?
I cannot, honestly. Like, I hate using the R word, but yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I know. I mean, look, it's hard. It's a hard position to defend. You don't want Black Nick Fury, even though Black Nick Fury is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I have questions. All right. But that brings us to the Polynesian delegation. Shout out to Tomity. Are you familiar with a character named Betty Ross?
Oh my God, I love Betty Ross. No, actually, I don't know.
Well, you might know Betty Ross for when she was played by Liv Tyler in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Oh, wait. Now I do. I just never knew her name. I just called her Liv Tyler.
Yes, she is the love interest to Bruce Banner.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I knew that, but I
Yeah.
didn't know that. But I knew it.
Yeah, jumping into the wiki, she's the love of Bruce Banner's life, one of the Hulk's greatest allies, though she's the daughter of the Hulk's greatest enemy, General Thunderbolt Ross. She's been transformed into, we're not going to talk about the part where she was turned into a Red Hulk of her own and some different other characters, because ultimately, in the supplemental draft, it's important that she be Betty Ross, the love interest of the Hulk. And Key, what do you think of that pick?
I think that it's amazing.
Well, here's the thing that will make it even more amazing: the fan cast. So I am going to, in a second, send the link to the fan cast. Simone Kessel. That's right. Simone Kessel. Check your chat, Kia, for the new fan cast for Betty Ross.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, wow. That was surprising.
No. Don't like it.
Okay.
Don't like it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
All right. Well, sad. Apologies to the Simone Kessel Hive, but that was the choice from Tomity, and the people had a different take, slightly different take. 80 84.6% approval rating.
Wow.
Polynesian Betsy
Well,
Russ.
that's not fair. That's not fair. Tommy T just has a what do you call it?
A loyal following? Yes.
Yeah, a loyal following.
Yes. So, like I said, 84.6%, including 76.9% strongly approve and 7.7% somewhat approve, 0% somewhat disapprove, and 15.4% racist. However, you know, I mean, I'm a fan of the actress somewhat. And you know, I work, it worked for me, even if it didn't work for you. But let's move on.
Okay.
The Latinx delegation.
Okay.
This one might be a little controversial, but are you familiar with a character named Zelma Stanton, Kia?
Oh my God, Zelma. Yeah, no.
That's okay. That's fine. She's not
Yeah.
a well-known character. However,
You know, like I'm just saying, like,
Mhm.
you know, for the future, you don't have to always ask me if I know the character. I mean, I'm just like I really hate flexing on these hoes. You know, like
I got you. So
yeah.
Zelma Stanton was created by Jason Aaron and Chris Bacalo in 2015 as part of the their reign on Doctor Strange in 2015. She is a librarian who helped out Doctor Strange, and then she became an assistant,
Did
and
she
now
give Doctor Strange some strange?
she did not. They
Well,
kept
what's
it.
the
They
point of
kept them
being a
platonic.
librarian and not giving it strange? Not giving Doctor Strange strange. I mean, isn't that like in the job description?
I mean, he gets a lot of strange on his own. He doesn't need to
I know, but it's a librarian
and
strange. You know, that's some weird strange. Like,
well, Zelma Stanton, New Yorker, helped out on Doctor Strange. She's now a teacher at the Strange Academy. She's a magician of her own right, and again, big player in the Doctor Strange universe who came into prominence very recently. And the fan cast, let me know if you approve of the fan cast. Gina Rodriguez.
ooh, okay, yes, I like that. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and read from the wiki. Doctor Strange, former librarian, currently teacher at Strange Academy. But the people, though, I wonder if this has more to say about the actress Gina Rodriguez herself. But the people only gave that a 54.5 approval rating, despite the fact that Zelma is herself Latinx or Latina. So 54.5% approval, strongly approve, 0%
I know why.
somewhat approve, 9.1% somewhat disapprove, and 36.4% strongly disapprove. Wow. That is either racist or they really hate Gina Rodriguez.
I don't think they like her.
Is that that's your opinion?
Well, I think that. Well, it's not. I don't even know if it's not that they don't like her, as opposed to like they can't see her being anything other than in the role that she has played on TV. You know, like somehow. Yeah, like that's a lot of times that's what happens, where like they see her as one thing and they can't see her in anything else.
Well, that's really unfortunate because I think that's a really inspired pick from the Latinx delegation because as a Latina character, and whoever's hating on that, they shouldn't hate on that, honestly. But that brings us to the Native American delegation. Shout out to the Native American delegation, Kia.
Shout out to Walkie.
That's right. Maggie Sawyer.
Can we talk about how weird that sounded? Like, does that sound like dog-ish?
Let's just move on. That sounded kind of weird. I'll be honest. Maggie Sawyer. Are you familiar with Maggie Sawyer, Kia?
I thought we weren't gonna ask that
Oh
question
yeah,
again.
sorry. Maggie
Uh-huh.
Sawyer. Taking it right to the wiki. Detective Maggie Sawyer is a police officer who has worked in both Gotham City and Metropolis. Well respected by her peers, she began what would prove to be a long and illustrious career as part of the Metropolis Special Crimes Unit, and is working alongside Detective Dan Turpin. Together, the pair often allied with Superman, helping him to defeat the city's more unusual criminals. Maggie later transferred to Gotham City, serving as a detective in the GCPD's Major Crimes Unit. Working with Batman and his allies, Maggie eventually rose to the head of the MCU. For a time, Maggie replaced Jason Baird as Gotham City's police commissioner, but was herself replaced when James Gordon returned to her job. Initially, Maggie was married to James Buchanan Sawyer, with whom she had a daughter named Jamie. However, Maggie later came to terms with her sexuality, coming out as a lesbian and divorcing her husband. Maggie has had a long romantic relationship with Kate Kane, the DC superhero known as Batwoman. The two met years before, long before Kate began her heroic career. They were briefly engaged, but Kate broke off the engagement. In the current Rebirth universe, Maggie transferred back to Metropolis PD, where she again found himself working alongside Superman. So Maggie Sawyer, one of the top cops in the DC universe, one of the top lesbian cops
Mm-hmm.
in the DC universe.
Represent.
You might know her from the Supergirl show, if you watch that show, where she was played by Fiora Lima. But now she's been drafted by the Native American delegation. In a lot of senses, she's going her own way, you know?
I got that. I got that right on the target. Like,
But let me share with you the fan cast. Tinsel Corey.
what? Who names their kid Tenzel?
Tinsel Corey. Go ahead and share the link for you in the chat, Kia. See if you approve.
Did you share it? Oh wow. Oh wow. That's a pretty girl. I like her bone structure.
Tinsel Corey.
But Tinsel is just not a name. That's like a dog's name.
Oh.
So is Channing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, Tatum. But like Tinsel, is that like what you call like the stuff that you put on the Christmas tree? Tinsel?
Yes, it in fact is.
It really is? Shut up. I fucking knew it.
Well, I'm a fan of the actress, and I think this is a pretty good fan cast, but it all remains to what the people thought, Kia.
What do the people think, Mike?
66.7% approval rating, including all 66.7% strongly approve.
Wow.
However, 33.3% racist. Strongly. I know.
Maybe they're not racist. Maybe they're prejudiced.
Maybe, but they just need to look more pictures, because that is a perfect fan cast as far as I'm concerned.
So, like, does Tinsel turn you on, Mike?
I mean, no comment, but maybe.
Thanks for winking at me, Mike. And then, like, put Tinsel in your hair.
But this is by far the most controversial pick of the entire round, Kia. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. Wait, hold on. I'm just bracing myself. Oh, God. Okay, tell me.
It's the white delegation.
Okay, that in itself. Like, can we just skip them?
But yeah, it's the white delegation.
Oh, it's probably gonna be like a woman being murdered or something.
No, this is a different tact for the white delegation, but I'm gonna go ahead and read the name of the character and then jump right into the wiki, Kia.
Okay, wiki.
Lucius Fox.
How about you gonna say Lucius Lion? I was like, oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't.
No. This is we didn't go full empire here, but here,
That's
all
what
right.
I thought for a second. Oh
Lucius
no, he
Fox,
didn't.
who you might remember being played by Morgan Freeman in the Dark Knight movies,
Yes.
but drafted by the white delegation. I'm going to go ahead and read from the wiki. If Alfred Pennyworth is the man behind the bat, the voice of reason and emotional support for the Dark Knight, Lucius Fox is the man behind Bruce Wayne, providing him with the technology and gadgetry he needs while single-handedly maintaining the financial integrity of Wayne Enterprises. As CEO, Lucius presides over the strategy and management of Bruce Wayne's multi-billion-dollar company, ensuring it remains profitable while remaining ethical. Very intelligent and with a knack for business that is second to none, Lucius plays a crucial role in ensuring the financial security of the business, which allows Bruce to concentrate on the more nocturnally inclined activities as Batman. Whether or not Lucius is fully aware of his employer's vigilantism is unclear, but he has admitted that he prefers to retain a level of plausible deniability.
Nice.
Regardless, Lucius does tend to allocate funds towards research and development projects that would be incredibly beneficial to the Dark Knight's cause. Lucius Fox's resourcefulness and business acumen place him alongside Alfred and Commissioner Gordon as a valuable asset to Dark Knight, without whom Batman's success would be much more difficult to achieve, if not outright impossible. So yes, the white delegation drafted noted black man Lucius Fox.
Mhm.
Your thoughts, Kia?
I think that Gordy has done it again.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just saying, if somebody beats him up for it or does anything else to him, he brought it on himself. He brought it on himself. He is that guy.
So
If people go to his Twitter, which is at Gordy, and it's kind of like reports him for being himself. I can't judge them for it.
So I'm going to jump in with a couple points. So first off, there was a fan cast. It was Sam Neill, who you might know from the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh wait, the guy with the glasses?
Maybe.
Have you not seen Jurassic Park? Right?
I just didn't remember if he wore glasses in Jurassic Park.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking the other guy. Never mind. No. Oh no, he went so white. Oh my god. That is one big pile of shit.
But here's what I'm going to say. Just because he drafted Lucius Fox doesn't mean that the rest of the members of the Fox family aren't themselves still black. So this is a white man who is raising a whole black family.
Yes, because he'll be able to get them prepared for real life.
Yeah. So he is a
Yeah. You think that white man will be able to prepare black people and black children for real life?
Well, what I'm going to say is that he's set up a level of richness and privilege to a family of black people that might make them a little bit.
That privilege is only in their household, buddy. Only in their household.
I agree. And as we know, at least 3 of the members of the Fox family have been vigilantes alongside Batman. So it only makes sense.
Obviously, they have daddy issues.
Correct. And if we think about it, in our universe, in our racially drafted universe, there's a Latino Batman. And doesn't it make sense that there's a white man running his company while he gallivants around?
It would have been actually more on point if the Jewish delegation had.
Ooh, I didn't say it, but I don't disagree. So all that is to say that, I mean, white Lucius Fox is doing the work as a white ally. He is raising black children, and he is helping out Latino Batman as he, promotes his mission of superheroics. However, the people, would you like to guess whether the people approve or not, Kia?
I would love to hear it.
So only 55.5% of the people approve, Kia. 44.4% strongly approve, 11.1% somewhat approve, 22.2% somewhat disapprove, and 22.2% strongly disapprove. That is a lot of dissent against white Lucius Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And
Have you ever met a white man named Lucius?
I've never met a white man named Lucius, but if I met a white man named Lucius, I might be inclined to trust him. But that's just me. But Kia, that brings us to this, if not the most controversial pick of the round, definitely in the top 2 controversial picks of the round. And that comes from the Jewish delegation. Are you ready for this pick from the Jewish delegation,
Yeah,
Kia?
I'm ready.
The Jewish delegation selected. You might know him as the Punisher, but by the precepts of our racial draft, supplemental draft, Frank Castle. Traditionally,
this is disqualified.
Traditionally,
I'm making a decision that disqualified. They are
wow.
disqualified.
You're not gonna let me say my point. He's normally an Italian American man. He has been played in one of his more iconic performances by John Bernthal, who himself is a Jewish actor.
But he was also in Sparta, I think it was, and he was naked, and I saw his peen, and it was really nice.
Okay, well,
but he's still disqualified.
And you're disqualifying him because
he's an actual superhero.
That is, I'm not going to disagree with you there. He is
a superhero. We are not picking superheroes in the supplemental draft round. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I have a speech impediment, people. In the supplemental draft round. There we go.
I feel
Mike, this can't go on.
Well,
there's no privilege here. You play by the rules or you don't play at all. He has been disqualified. I'll put it in the chat.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and read for the wiki.
You know what he's reminding me of? The guy when I had to fly home from Chicago, our flight was delayed because we were on the tarmac. You know, the tarmac. Is it tarmac or tarmac?
Tarmac with an A.
Tar. Okay.
Tar. Yeah.
Okay, and we were about to fly, and then all of a sudden we had to turn around because there was a white guy in the back wearing a black T-shirt saying "white privilege" and calling like the flight attendants Nazis and all this other stuff. So we had to go all the way back. I wanted to get up and scratch out the white privilege and put no privilege because he was getting kicked off the plane. But that's besides. But the bottom line is, that is who the Jewish delegation is. They're getting kicked off the fucking plane right now.
Wow.
No, bro. You can't. You have to follow the rules. You have to wear your mask. That's just what it is.
Well, I'm gonna ride with it. I'm gonna ask myself, what would it be like if noted Italian American Frank Castle, not the Punisher, just Frank Castle, just a guy who's a cop. Obviously, we love cops here on the Racial Draft. We love police officers because they never do anything wrong.
Facts.
Frank Castle was an honest ex-Marine with a family he loved. But when that family was murdered, he became a vigilante with a uniquely brutal...
Wait, why were they murdered again? Real quick.
We don't want to talk about that.
No, wait. Why were they murdered?
I mean, he might have done some shady shit.
Oh, okay.
But Jewish Frank Castle I don't know, Kia. Can you give me some insight? I know you have. I know you're Jewish yourself. Um, are like is it a stretch that there could be like a Jewish character who could be like a cop who kind of goes off the rails and
Yeah,
has
yeah.
anger
Jewish people
issues,
don't do that. Mm-mm,
and
mm-mm.
decides to just like start murdering people because
No, Jewish people turn the other cheek. That's just how we grow.
oh, okay.
We're above it. We're above reproach, which is also another reason why this pick has been disqualified.
So you don't think that there could be a Jewish guy with like anger issues that decides to mete out his justice upon the world?
Nope.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, if it was a woman, maybe with red hair, might be talking. Her name might begin with A.
Well, I'm willing to entertain the idea of a Jewish Punisher, especially because, like I said, Frank Bernthal is Jewish, and he did a really good role. He did a really good job in the role. But I just think
That's
that
acting.
what you say?
That's acting. Like,
It is. You're right. It is acting. I just think
yeah,
that from the perspective of the supplemental draft, I'm not really sure who Frank Castle is supplementing. It's a valid question,
yeah, I disapprove. I disapprove 120%.
Well, let's find
At
out.
least he has spoken.
Let's find out what the people think. The people gave it 75% strongly approve of a Jewish Frank Castle, and 25%. Is it anti-Semitic? No, I'm gonna say it's just respecting the rules of the supplemental draft.
Yeah,
But there we have it, the final pick of the round.
that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Mm.
Like, I'm thoroughly pissed.
Wow.
Thoroughly. We
Well,
have rules, Mike. What's next? What's
so
next, Mike?
I'm going to blow your mind with the fact that like what's next is complete anarchy because the next round, like I'm telling you now, even though we haven't even kicked off the round, complete anarchy in the last round of the supplemental draft because once we open the door to the Punisher, to Frank Castle, all of the rules
All bets are off.
all bets are
All
off.
bets are off, Mike.
I feel you. And in that spirit, the South Asian delegation came with their pick. Are you familiar with a character named Ted Cord?
Not Ted Cord. No.
Yeah. Well, they provided a fan cast for our benefit. Hassan Minaj.
I don't know that person.
I'm going to share the link with you in just a moment. And like I think you're familiar with his work. He was on the Daily Show. He also had his own show called give me a second.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's the guy that. Oh yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually funny, but still.
So yeah, he had a show called Patriot Act, which was on
The
Netflix.
Netflix, I believe.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. So he has been fan cast to play Ted Cord. Like in his superhero persona, he was the Blue Beetle, but again, keeping with the precepts of the supplemental draft, he is just businessman Ted Cord from Cord Industries. And I'm gonna go ahead and read from the wikis for Ted Cord.
Wiki.
Wiki.
What was that?
It's really difficult to come up with a non-superhero wiki for him, but he was at one point he was a Blue Beetle character, but he is the main proponent of the cord industries. He's a technological genius with superior athleticism, fighting prowess. He is a little bit of a tech bro, if we're being honest. He died and came back, but you know, he's a billionaire who's into technology. I mean, we can talk about his superhero aspect, but we should not as part of the supplemental draft. So we're going to talk about billionaire Ted Cord, and I think that the I think the Hassan Minaj casting is actually a pretty good casting. But what did the people think, Kia? What did the people think?
What did they think, Mike? Tell me what they think. What do they think?
75% approval rating, including all 75% strongly approve and 25% strongly disapprove, which means they're racist.
No, no. No, it just means that they like the rules. They like to follow rules. Disqualified as well.
I feel you. Well, shout out to the South Asian delegation. But like I said, bedlam, shenanigans, chaos, everything's happening in the final round of the supplemental draft because shout out to the Jewish delegation for breaking the rules and breaking.
No, there's no shot out there. There's a slap in the face.
Well, they broke
some powder on it.
They broke the game. They broke the game, and that just means that the next round, come back next week and find out how badly all the rules were broken and how badly it's just chaos. It's
we can't do this, Mike. We just can't.
So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the news for the week. We're going to run through the stories really quick. There's only 3 stories, but I just want to hear your take. I just want to hear your perspective on them, Kia. This one's quick. The Silk series, which is going to happen on Amazon. It's based on the Korean American character Cindy Moon, aka Silk, and it's going to be part
of. Can I have your Amazon account, Mike?
Not live on a podcast, no. But
okay.
Cindy Moon, the character, the superhero character known as Silk, she will have her series, and they're starting the filming in late August. Your thoughts?
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Congratulations.
Yes.
Woohoo. What's the next one, Mike? What's the next one?
Next up, Ironheart, the Marvel Cinematic Universe series based around Riri Williams, the successor to Tony Stark with her own armor. She's also a genius character, and she will be played by Dominique Thorne. They have found a head writer for this series. This actress, she is a poet and I believe a rapper. Shaneka Hodge. No, Shaneke. Yeah, Shaneke Hodge.
I like Dominique Thorne. This is good. I appreciate this one. I'm a little bit more excited about this. Also, what's your Disney Plus login?
Well, so Shaneke Hodge, she's also been featured in the as a writer on Snowpiercer. She's from Oakland, I believe, and she will be the head writer for Ironheart. I'm a fan of Snowpiercer. I'm a fan of her poetry, and I am very interested in seeing what she brings to the table.
Me too.
As the head writer for Ironheart. So I'm also following her on Twitter. So if you want to come on the show, Shaneka, come on the show and talk about it because we're here for you.
All right. And last but not least,
Green Lantern.
Okay. Martine's not here. We don't have to go over this.
No, we're gonna quickly go through it. Kia, are you familiar with the character named Guy Gardner?
Yes, because Martinez talked about Guy Gardner.
Yes. So Guy Gardner has been cast for the HBO Max Green Lantern show. And he's going to be played by an actor named Finn Whitrock.
Finn Rock?
Whitrock with a W. You might know him from the American Horror Story series.
Is he hot?
I'll leave that to you. I'm going to share his picture.
Oh yeah, he is hot. He's like
in the
creepy
chat.
hot. Like, oh my god. Like, I wouldn't mind waking up to that.
So yes, Finn
Oh, he has a
Whitrock.
spouse. Never mind.
Finn Whitrock will be playing Guy Gardner, who is according to the synopsis. Here we go. Cocky alpha male Guy Gardner.
That sounds like his cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. He is give me a second. I need to get a better sense of what they're. Oh, here we go. He is a parody of a militant macho American hero, a hulking mass of masculinity, and an embodiment of 1980s hyper patriotism. And yet, Guy is somehow likable. So that is who Finn Whitrock will be playing as he renders Guy Gardner in the 1980s. You think he's hot, and I think the hotness will go a long way.
Yes.
So that is your casting, the first lead character cast in the Green Lantern HBO Max series. Your thoughts, Kia?
I'm gonna probably watch the first two.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me about the last one.
I feel you. And, I'm sure you have your own legally acquired HBO Max password.
Yep, which you'll give me after the show.
Legally acquired. Mm-hmm. But there it is. There was our news for the week. This was
wow. I don't know. I have to say, Mike, I'm exhausted. Like this was a lot of information. I have to like let this soak in. This is some craziness. Trades, people not following the rules, women getting roles. What is this? The 2000s?
Well, as always, if this is your first episode, we apologize, but hopefully you got enough out of it so that you're into it and you're willing to come back for the ride, because this is what we do every single week. We change the complexion of the comic book universe one draft pick at a time. And hopefully, listen, tell your friends, join us on all of our social media platforms.
But not your dads.
I mean, send your moms directly to me.
Not anybody that I know personally.
But we're always looking to grow the listenership. You can find us on all your podcast platforms, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
That's right.
All the others. You can find me at MTFIII on Twitter, MTFII on Instagram. You can find us on Racial Draft Pod on Twitter, racial.draft on Instagram. You can find Kia at
Kia Bism at Instagram or on Instagram, and also on Instagram. What?
On Twitter, you mean? Yes.
And I said Instagram twice, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I was just seeing if you were paying attention.
I got you. You can also find us on Clubhouse, maybe.
Oh, and find us on Clubhouse. Racial Draft Podcast on Clubhouse.
But yeah, I mean, we're doing big things. We're coming to the close of our second season, but we've got big plans for our third season. And if you want to be part of our third season, hit us up wherever because we would love new blood. We would love new interests. And
New interests
I know this is,
and new
we're,
teams. What? Like, I want another team.
oh, another delegation, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, let us know. What are you looking for, Kia?
I mean, I don't know yet. I gotta Google.
Okay. Well, if you would like to be, if you feel like your delegation has not been represented, like hit us up and we'll consider it, because the new season kicks off in June, which means we have 2 to 3 weeks to discuss potential new delegations, and we're open. Like,
Whoop whoop. We're
but
open and willing.
I mean, if you're a fan, shout us out. As always, we only talk about 5-star ratings on iTunes. So if you're giving us 4-star ratings, that's probably why we haven't talked about you. But we are waiting for our 5-star ratings. So do your thing,
Anytime. Just
Tell
wait.
you tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mama, tell your friends, tell everyone whose heart can comprehend, tell you in a letter, tell you on a phone. I'm not the kind of one that likes to be alone. Wait, that is a totally different song. But whatever. The point is, we miss you much, and we would like you next week.
Tell him, Janet.
Until next time, all things are possible.